Hey guys, I'm Jansen.
I'm Jeff.
And we're the Wildlife, and this is our bus, Jemima. Cool, so one of our members, Jack, who's not here right now, his mom works for the Indiana Blood Center, and they were getting rid of their old fleet, and so we got this beauty. Just remember, if you're ever having a bad day, you'll have someone's undying gratitude if you donate their blood. So up here is our cockpit. There's only a few people that are allowed to drive. There's 5 of us, and it's me, Jeff, Carson, and Jack. And Jason's been vetoed out of the driver's seat because he makes us all car sick.
So it's kind of like whoever's driving kind of has their own personality to what they want to drive to. Obviously, the goal is to stay awake, but we all kind of vary. We have a band playlist that we have all put our own songs onto that everyone can enjoy listening to if they're awake, but at night it's kind of like you got some downloaded shows on Netflix. A lot of people listen to podcasts. You kind of really start to see what individual person is really into. There's been some podcasts and stuff that we listen to that it's kind of random, but it's still entertaining enough for all of us to listen to and still kind of learn some things. But definitely whoever's driving, they have their own type of home environment when they're behind the wheel to keep them awake, just kind of keep them entertained while we're just going hundreds and hundreds of miles on the road.
Yeah, we drive through the night a lot, and this baby doesn't have a aux cord, as the kids like to call it. So we everything comes out of this guy, this 808 speaker.
Our friends at 808.
Yeah, we have a couple friends that we met in college that work at this company, and so they were kind enough to give us some 808 speakers. So this is what all of our podcasts and music comes out of. So if I'm driving, like, it'll be either I'll put on albums, or I'll listen to a podcast. One record that I've been listening to a lot lately is Casey Musgrave's new record. It's called Golden Hour, and it's really good, and you should check it out for sure. But if I'm not listening to music, I like to listen to 8123 podcast, which is the main. It's just cool to see like some insight from another band that's kind of doing it and has been doing it for a while. So I like to put that on and kind of listen and somewhat educate myself, I guess.
I'll kind of jump onto whatever. I'll stream Netflix. Obviously, I'm not always watching it because I gotta watch the road, but right now it's comedians in cars getting coffee. Jerry Seinfeld, just kind of a talent act. I mean, he interviews some of the best comedians in the world, but I'll play my favorite songs that I'm listening to. Like right now, Casey Musgraves, I mean, fantastic. A lot of the times I'm starting to get into podcasts, not so much. I've never had that background, but I'm trying to listen to as much podcasts about musicians from the past, also present, and just kind of seeing like what their lifestyle, what their home personal life is like. So podcasts for sure, definitely. Just sometimes you do need a break from music. It's just so much sound in your ears that a person's voice is just soothing enough to drive through the night.
Up here is kind of where the miscellaneous stuff ends up. So they gave each of us speakers. So we have multiple of these speakers. I have another Bluetooth speaker that works from time to time. Sometimes it doesn't. We have our ice scraper, because when you live in the Midwest, you never know when you're going to need an ice scraper. Somebody ate a lunch bullet earlier. Was that you, Jeff?
That was me, yeah.
Jeff ate a lunch bullet earlier.
Nutrition.
that good nutrition. And yeah, I have looks like we have some gaff tape up there and a couple water bottles and stuff. So all the necessities. And then right this guy powers the coolest feature of the van. We tricked it out. Yeah, so that's how you make a blood center van. Dope as hell. Just saying. You just strip some LEDs up there, and there you have it. And it's fully Bluetooth controlled, so I can make it strobe. I can make it change color. It's pretty dope.
So this is kind of our living space. It's kind of whoever's not driving really have the opportunity to lay out, spread out, just kind of relax. Definitely a lot of people sleep back here. The lights keep it homey. Jansen can change it via Bluetooth. Yep, there you go. Kind of make it moody in here if you want. So if you're feeling
good for
sad,
sleeping.
yeah,
It's
if
good
you're
for
sleeping, definitely.
You guys want to know a fun fact? Red is the color that you should sleep to.
Great color.
It's the color that you can see the most in the dark. And don't sleep to blue, because blue keeps you awake. Artificial blue light keeps you awake. Fun facts with the wildlife. So, it really depends on who's driving, but Carson really likes the passenger seat. He claims it's the only place he can sleep, but I don't know about that. And then it just kind of depends. Like, we'll all have our own separate rows. It looks like today, Jack's row was up here, and then this is Jason's, because Jason's got his laptop. Jack has his laptop and his.
Oh yeah.
This is we like to
Just
make
gotta
fun
do,
of Jack.
Work on the road.
So he has a little. It's really noisy and loud, and it's quite funny. And then back here is where I was today. In the back row, I've got my Nintendo Switch. I killed all the battery earlier, and yeah, a lot of the time, especially back here, it gets kind of bumpy. So I usually just fall asleep, take a nap, and when most everything else is in here, it's pretty crammed. But yeah, that's pretty much how the living situation works. And usually, you know, all of our gear is in here and it's pretty packed. This guy right here, you can probably see a little bit of it. Me and my dad built a shelf back here to kind of, you know, pack stuff in a little bit better. So we're all about modding the van. You got the LED lights, you got the shelf, you know, whatever you can do.
All right, so surprisingly enough, we got 5 members in the band, so 5 people worth of gear. Most of it does fit right back here, bottom shelf, top shelf. Kind of Tetris your way in there. Some stuff can go under the seats in between the rows. Surprisingly, we do make it fit. Also, you got to consider everyone's luggage, which is pretty tough, but we've made it work the past few months.
Our massive towels too. This is what we use to cover up all of our gear, just to protect it from when we're bumping around because it's so
Got
heavy.
your
This
Black
is our-
Hawks blanket.
Yeah. I'm from Chicago. We're based in Indianapolis, but we're here in Chicago tonight. I'm wearing my Cubs jersey. I've got my Blackhawks blanket. This is our merch sign that has kind of died. The wear and tear of the road has we've lost some letters. So honestly, we want to find the letters because we like this thing. But it's kind of just taking up space at this point. Here's our jack. Thankfully, we haven't had to use it yet.
True. We've had some blown tires though, but
yes, we did blow a tire or two.
yeah.
We had to get here in Delaware. This makes us not like Delaware at all, really. I'm sure you guys are a cool state, but you ruined our brake pads, and we had to go and get new brake pads in the middle of Delaware, which is a really interesting state. There's really nothing, but it's cool. So go Delaware. Hey guys, thanks for watching Bus Invaders. We're a band called the Wildlife. This is Jeff and I'm Jansen. There's 3 other dudes. They're not here right now, but Jack, Jason, and Carson, who's my little brother. Thank you guys for watching. Check us out on Spotify and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. It's _wildlife, so WLDLFE. Give us a follow if you like what you see, if you think our band's pretty cool. And be watching for new music videos and new music. We're releasing a lot of new stuff in 2018, so keep your eyes out and keep your eyes peeled. We're excited to show you some new stuff.